I think now is a really, really good time to remind everybody that being broke is not a personal failing, it is a systemic one.
The conversation of having friendship and being poor, or being in of building a community and being poor, is what we're having here to do. So let's talk about it. Hey, beautiful people, how you are doing today? The girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a very interesting video, and I am super excited about this because I feel like this is healthy for us as women. So this is a video of a woman who came on to talk about the dynamic when it comes to friendship and finance and where you are in life. And she wanted to talk about how sometimes keeping friendship can be very, very expensive. And that has caused a lot of people to be very flaky in their friendship, that they cannot show up because they don't have it like that. Especially in the climate where we live now, where a lot of people, we are all struggling financially. She wanted to talk about how this has affected friendship and how friendship should do, how what friendship should do to move forward. So anyway, guys, let's go hear her talk and then other people's reaction to this, and then we'll come back and talk. And also my reaction, because I have a lot to say, and my reaction to this, and then we'll come back and talk more.
I think now is a really, really good time to remind everybody that being broke is not a personal failing, it is a systemic one. And it is not a reason to eliminate yourself from connection and from access to your community. For many, many years, I appeared to be a really terrible friend because I was super flaky, because I was broke. And I was too ashamed and in too much financial depression to admit to my people that the reason why I couldn't go get coffee is because I had negative $25 in my bank account at any given day, and that was a good day.
Wow.
And I want to remind people that now is a really, really great time to offer accessible and free opportunities to see your friends. I am not the person that you need to go have dinner with. If I suggest dinner, babe, tell me let's go on a walk instead, and you don't have to say anything else. You don't have to say anything else. But we need to be incredibly aware of the fact that people ain't got it, and that's not a reason to not have community.
True.
Now is not the time to be ashamed of being broke. Now is not the time to shame the people we love for being broke. At the end of the day, we still need each other. And I will be damned if somebody that I love feels like they can't tell me that they ain't got it right now. Babe, none of us got it right now.
True.
And whether we're pretending we do or we don't, none of us got it right now. So we don't have to go to dinner. We don't have to get wine. We don't have to go shopping. Let's go on a walk. Come over to my house. We'll share a broke charcuterie of American cheese and Ritz crackers. That is good with me. Because I be having that anyway. But yeah, I'm really, really focusing in on the fact that we need each other now more than ever. And one of the greatest weapons and tools of capitalism is that it forces those who need relationships the most out of them because they don't have money to keep up, especially today. There is nothing to keep up with. When community truly exists, there is no price to pay. There is no price for entry. You do not need to go to a nice 4-course meal in order to have friendship with me. And we all need to be saying that to the people that we love.
True.
It is not the time to be too ashamed to say you ain't got it. And more importantly, on the other side of that, we need to be incredibly aware of the financial landscape of the world, the systemic landscape of the world, and the fact that people need to know that we are a safe place even when they don't got it, and that they are deserving of friendship with us. I would rather see my people completely for free, because you ain't got to trick me into a good time. Because if I ain't got to spend money with you, I'm happy. I would rather see my people for free than not see you at all. I would rather see you broke than not see you at all. That's what we need to be telling our people. All right? Love you. I think now is a really, really good time to remind everybody that being broke.
I love this creator in this video, and I feel this so hard. Like in LA, if someone asks you to go to dinner, they're asking you to spend between $40 and $60 to see them. And like for me, that's like a week of groceries. And like with the TV film industry, where it's at, like I work like 5 different side hustles to like stay afloat in this economy right now. On top of making TikToks, on top of pitching things for free for my career on top of developing and writing my own work. I'm literally working like 4 jobs and not even make 1 salary. And I've had to have this like, not difficult conversation, but just conversation with all of my friends. Like, yes, I was just in Asia for my friend's 40th birthday. It looks glamorous. I get to go to Taipei and Korea. But like, I booked that flight with like the only points I have on my card. And then for my friend's 40th birthday, like he paid for the Airbnb for 2 days, plus like another day of hotel. And then I stayed with 3 other people. I was supposed to stay with 3 other people in Taipei at like a 3-star hotel. And since we stayed at only a 3-star hotel, it was, I think, $170 per person for 5 nights. It's like $30 a night. So, I mean, like, I am a budget queen, baby. I am eating meals for under $5. Mm-hmm. But it's so interesting because especially being Asian, so many people, you know, like, we were pushed to be very high achieving and to, like, have a good salary. Mm-hmm. And so the wealth disparity between friends is just so vast. Yeah. And so I'm very upfront. I'm always just like, hey, let's just come over, hang out at my place, or let's just go hike the Culver Stairs. Like, let's just go on a walk. And if my friends like insist on wanting to have dinner, then like either we'll like split the cost of groceries, or like my friends will just be like, I'll treat you. Please, let's go have dinner together. Uh-huh. Like, I'm in a rent-controlled place with popcorn ceilings and like old-ass carpet, but I'm very fortunate to have like really thoughtful, wonderful friends, and I don't really know how to live my life another way because I don't really fit in an like 9 to 5. I would be boom boom pow in a second. So if you're struggling right now, like especially with SNAP benefits going away and just the government doing what it's doing, like I completely understand and I completely feel you.
I would rather see my people for free than not see you at all.
Shout out to this content creator because this is such an important topic. And she put into words something that I've been thinking about lately really, really well. And when I first saw her video, I thought that she was going to go into where I'm about to kind of spin off from what she was talking about. But basically, she was talking about you shouldn't have to, if you don't have the means, spend money just to hang out with your friends and to be in community with your true friends. Yeah. You should have relationships where you feel comfortable enough being authentically yourself. And if that means that you don't got it in order, like if you don't have the means to go out or spend money, then that shouldn't be required of you in order to maintain those friendships. So, this really, really resonated with me because I think a lot of the times we can feel obligated in order to go do something that costs money in order to feel like we're really going out. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to also give another take on this, which is relevant to posting content on social media. I think that we are definitely in a time period where we're in a time period where perceived value through aesthetics is really being pushed via social media. And I think that there is absolutely nothing wrong with making sure that your content looks good. But it gets to a certain point where people are not necessarily able to keep up with certain things or certain aesthetics because it costs an exorbitant amount of money for the average person. Yeah. And just like I want to see my friends, or I would want my friends to see me without the means, I want to see you show up on social media regardless of what you have in your bank account. As long as you are comfortable with the way that you are presenting yourself online, trust that your message and the value that you deliver as a person that is the vehicle and the vessel for the message that you are providing, that is worth more than any aesthetic background, any material item that you could possibly have purchased in your video. You cannot buy authenticity. Sure. You cannot buy care. You cannot buy community. You cannot buy connection. So I really want to say to those people who have been sitting on content because they feel like they don't have the look or they don't have the aesthetic that we see kind of going around that's being popularized right now, go for it. Because number one, you never know what can happen, and then you'll be able to afford those things eventually anyway. But somebody needs your message right now. Somebody needs your message right now. So I hope this resonated with somebody today, and y'all have a good night.
I appeared to be a really terrible friend because I was super flaky, because I was broke.
I feel like I'm finally ready to talk about this. I'm so glad that Kendra made this video, because this is what I've been trying to express through like videos here and there about the impact of financial depression and how it literally translates into making friends and also losing friends. At the end of last year, up until about February, which was the end of my friendship breakup, I was in one of the deepest, darkest financial depressions of my life. I had just like gotten let go of my writing job that I had for about 2 years. It got me to Chicago. It sustained me for those 2 years, and then the contract was up. The contract's in, so did that position. And I've always been a person of faith that, you know, when one thing ends, like something else will come. And for a few months, nothing was coming whatsoever. Like being a freelancer, contractor, full-time content creator, there are times where if you don't have overlapping projects, there are moments where you just don't have nothing coming in for months. And everybody knows the downsides of net 30, net 60 and beyond, and waiting those 30 days for something to come and literally scripting things together when your friends still want to see you and you still want to hang out. And for me, you know, running an actual social club where I was still trying to build up that community, not only for myself, but other people. And you have expenses, you have Ubers you have to take, you have long distances you have to travel with, heavy boxes and setups and things like that. Those things cost money. So it was a very, very trying and hard time for me. And it just made this idea of what it really takes to sustain friendships through every season when your friends literally like don't have the means to do the things that they usually do. How does your capacity and the way that you show up shift with when your friends are in those seasons? Because they're seasons, they're not long lasting, but they may not have a quick turnaround. It may take 6 months to a year for them to get out of that. Will you still be there? Do you kind of have that like fortitude to still show up for them and still be present in their lives even when they're going through it? So fast forward, you know, I went through like my period of healing, and I was still trying to like be outside and make new friends and stuff, but I still wasn't necessarily like in the place financially to like pop out like I normally did. And I remember, you know, there was one instant where I had a party that I was helped like co-promoting, and I invited a new friend out, and I literally had to move around things in my bank account in order to even get to the party. And then when that thing in my bank account didn't hit, I was really like looking at my phone, panicking, and just couldn't say like, girl, I don't have it for this Uber. And then she, you know, stepped up and was able to like pay for the Uber and stuff. And I was just so embarrassed the whole night. I was like, she's going to think I'm using her. She's going to think I'm a bum, because how do you have all this going on but don't have it to participate in? You know, there's so many feelings of judgment and shame that come up when these scenarios happen, and it really does make you come off as flaky. And that's never been me. But because of the financial situation and not having that rapport built up enough for newer friends to be like, hey girl, like I know that we're supposed to hang out, but like, and also not wanting to like cancel because you can't afford to do the things that you thought you were going to be able to do because that check didn't hit or that money didn't come in. There's so many things that play a role in it, and I'm becoming more comfortable talking about it because I know that like I'm coming out of that season, and I know that that's, you know, that season of struggling with finances and things like that is something that has taught me so much about myself and so much about friendships and how to show up for friends and things, how to show up for myself and how to have faith and things like that. But even in those times, I was like, I just want to be the friend in the position to just create a space where they don't have to have shame about their financial situation. If they don't have it at the time, then we'll figure out something free to do. We'll do something at home. We'll bring something together. Because of the way that our economy is going, at this moment, I think it's really going to put us in a position where we're going to really be relying on each other a lot more. And I just hope that these conversations continue to happen to really break the shame off of people, to not be afraid to talk through and talk about, those seasons that could literally impact anybody.
And I just remembered I literally wrote a Substack about the inconvenience of making new friends that touched on this. And if you want to check it out, it's linked in my bio.
I personally feel like this is an amazing conversation to have, especially as a woman that believes that she needs to have her own and have her own cheetah, like have a life outside every other thing. So yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful here on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. Love to know what you guys think. I personally I feel like this is an amazing conversation, because a lot of time when people have friendship, there's a whole lot of, in Nigeria we'll call it forming, there's a whole lot of people, like it's like almost everybody almost like in competition, looking in terms of financially with each other. And sometimes your friends want, you're not where your friends are financially, or your friends are not where you are financially, and sometimes it makes that friendship not aligning the way it should, because financially both of you are not on the same place. And society has usually put shame on that type of friendship or that type of connection, that you cannot come out to say, you know what, I'm broke, like I need help and all that. And coming from a Nigeria point of view, like because I'm a Nigerian, if you guys know Nigerians, everything is big, like everything's about money and all that and all that. Seeing how there's a lot of friendship that I saw growing up in, and even among myself, my friends, and even some people, my acquaintances, I won't even call them my friends. There's a whole lot of faking it, because you have to fake it that you have it. When they say, oh, let's go have dinner, you have to show up like you have dinner. I've had people, like even in terms of even weddings, you guys know how Nigeria weddings are and all that. You see some people, they don't have it like that, but because their friend or their friend's sister is getting married, they are breaking their back to make sure they show up right. And I feel like as an authentic friendship, you need to be honest and have that conversation and be cool with it. And it's something I've shared with you guys here, talking about how I've been on this journey where I am so unapologetically authentic to myself and my journey right now. But also at the same time, I want that same type of energy all around me. And that has helped me to filter a lot of fake it friends, form it friends, or acquaintances. Like I just like, if I cannot be my real self around you, if I cannot cry and tell you that I'm broke, I need help, if I cannot tell you that no, we cannot go on that trip this time around because I don't have it like that. If I cannot tell you that we can go to this place, like then no. I remember there was this time, this is a funny story of me, with me and my friend, me, my friend, and another friend, like group of girls, like we're ready to go out. And on that, and for me, I feel like that's what even solidified that friendship for me. So myself and her, we'd already had our Uber, we are all going out, and they picked this place. We really wanted to go to the place, but we know we could not I know I could not afford it at that time. And we kind of have like small talk about it. And I remember as we were going for this event, we look at each other and we're talking like how broke we were, and how we're going to, the drinks there is so expensive, the food there is expensive, we can't even afford it, but we want to go there and have fun. And I remember myself and I just looked at each other and we decided to hop on a very affordable fast food, and decided to eat our way to the date, we are the girls' date. And by the time we got there, we were already eating or well fed and all that. So when we got there, and we even got there before the other girls, and we decided like, no, we're just going to do drinks. We can't afford the food here. We're just going to do drinks. And I remember the other girls, they walked up and they were like, oh, we want to order this, we want to order that, order this platter, order this. And myself and I just give each other that look like, mm-hmm. We're not doing that because we don't have it like that. And for me, that just really solidified that friendship for me, because I just identified that this is somebody I can be authentic with, and we can be honest with where we are. And whether we like it or not, building a friendship, especially as a grown woman, as a grown woman that enjoy life, that wants to live life, it costs a lot of money. But also, you need to be in that place where you are able to say, you know what, I don't have it like that this time around. And whether you like it or not, everybody's going through it, and that's something I try to tell people. Like, you think you are the one financially struggling, like lots of us are trying to just get by and all that, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. And the truth is that it is how the system is set. The system is just like, there's nothing to be ashamed about. So it's just like the way the system is set up is to keep us in that loop. Like, I'll speak for Nigeria, like I always say, because I'm Nigerian, I live in Nigeria and all that. Um there's a lot of, in terms of when it comes to the content creation space, there's a lot of content, there's a lot of branding, there's a lot of works like with companies and all that, that I could have gotten easily if I was somewhere like in the US. But the way the system is set up, I feel like that is how they used to, that's how they get us in Nigeria. I speak for Nigeria, but also people in the US, there are also other ways the system gets them. So everybody's going through some type of financial struggle, and it's not every time you have it like that. And you should be able to be comfortable to look at your friend and say, you know what, girl, I think we should just sit down at home today and just. And this is something like I've talked about here a lot here on this channel, how my friend group is really small, and that's what, because I'm very, very intentional. And a lot of time people feel like they need to have this big friend group and all that. You don't need to. I personally have come to learn that, because I'm that type of friendly person. I'm kiki kaka and everybody. I'm that warm. But also I've come to realize that my circle, my people, I need to be people that I'm comfortable with. And the thing is that the fact that I'm comfortable, I can actually tell them, and we can both. It's not something of shame and say, "Oh, you don't have it like that," and all that. And I know there are people like the story I just told you guys. The other girls, we both know that the other girls, they're about that life where they will shame you if you don't have it like that, and they all have to fake it for each other. But both of us knew right there that we don't have to fake it for each other, and we're 100% with each other. Why the other girls, they were all happy and ordering everything, we were just sipping our cheap cocktail, our not like our affordable drinks that we could afford at that time, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. So in terms of friendship, pick the friendship that is very comfortable. Any friendship that you have to fake it, any friendship that you cannot vocalize, any friendship that you cannot be your authentic self, I feel like we should remove ourselves from those type of, because those type of environment are the environment that gets a lot of people in debt, that gets a lot of people feeling even more depressed than the situation society has put us, and we don't need that. A couple of weeks ago, myself and my friend Maria, hey girl, you guys know Maria, you're on YouTube, we're very good friends, and we decided to, like, you know what, we're already planning like a very lavish, like, we want to go on a really nice dinner, dress up and all that, because that's what we are. Like, myself, I would say she's one of my closest people. We treat each other, we treat our friendship like a romantic relationship. Like, we take each other out, we go out on dates and all that, and sometimes it can be big, sometimes it can be small. And this time around we decided that, you know what, we're just going to have popsicles at this really nice popsicle place in Nigeria. And we got there, it was such, when looking back at it and seeing this video just makes me laugh. I was trying to post up pictures and some little videos we had. It was such an amazing date with my girl, because we're three with another my girl. Like, we know we don't have it like that. We can afford it, but we just really look all dressed up nicely. We got there. One person paid for the popsicle, the other person paid for the bubble tea, the other one paid for the pizza, and that did not put a strain on any of us wallet, and that's because we came together as a community. So when you're building friendship, I know it's almost like I'm blabbing, but stay with me. When you're building friendship, build friendship that helps you build rather than helps you, that hurts you. Okay, so anyway guys, you guys let me know what you guys think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go ahead, feel free, share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.